Well, would you look at the calendar? Time for another One Tank Tuesday trip for Erin and Dave in the morning.
It's our favorite time of the month.
It is, actually, because it gets us out of the studio and out amongst the people.
It's always nice to meet new friends.
It is, and it's nice when people don't run away from us in terror. That's always good. This time around, we went to Arrow Rock. Now, I had not really been familiar and made aware of Arrow Rock until right before we went on the trip.
I have heard of Arrow Rock my entire life, but had never made the journey, and man, am I glad we did.
So we started off with eating, which I will say this, you and I are world-class eaters.
We are, always a crowd pleaser.
And I gotta say, what a meal we had at the J. Houston Tavern.
We did. We had fried chicken and ham. I mean, we're talking family style with all the fixins. Green beans, corn, biscuits, homemade apple butter. Gosh, the list just goes on. Oh, mashed potatoes and gravy.
Yeah.
Coleslaw, salad, and of course, don't forget those amazing desserts.
And it's not just about the food at the tavern, it's also a historical element to it as well.
Yeah, beautiful building, and we just had the best time.
Absolutely. After that, well, it was time to walk it off.
Yes, we definitely needed to do that with a walking tour of Arrow Rock.
A lot of wonderful buildings that encapsulated part of what Arrow Rock was in the past and what it is today.
All beautifully restored. I mean, seriously, walking into these buildings, it's like stepping back in time.
We saw a lot of paintings in the tavern as well as the other houses.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of cool aspects of that. A lot of cool aspects of the era that you got to see.
If you look through the end of that, you can see the spiral. Do you
Oh,
see the
yeah.
spiral to it? Yeah,
Absolutely.
That's really cool. And so that's what you're creating with that particular machine there. And all of these took a. You want to look?
Yeah, let's see if we can.
I don't know if you could see.
Yep, I got it.
All right.
It's like a James Bond shot right there.
Yeah.
Right down through it.
Yeah.
Very good.
That's pretty cool.
You got to see kind of how things were before the river kind of moved away from Arrow Rock.
It did. It is the darndest thing.
Yeah, I guess people can move away and so can rivers.
So can rivers, absolutely.
Oops. Keep it going. Wind it up over here. This particular music box had the roll on it, and it had 6 songs on the roll that you could hear 6 different songs, and then in the case it had different rolls, so you could take out the rolls and you put that on. This was probably a much, pretty palatial. It would be more than the average family probably had, but yeah, that's what I always tell kids. This is equal to your iPad that can hold a bajillion songs.
But I will say this, a lot of people still make their way towards Arrow Rock, especially when they want to go check out the Lyceum Theater.
That's right, an extremely cool theater. We got to see inside the theater, we got to see behind the stage, got to see kind of what goes on.
I mean, it used to be in the old days, you could go to the theater when it was the lobby in the 60s. It was an event.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't matter what was playing, you went to the theater because everyone was going. People would dress up. 100 degrees in there, and they're wearing dresses and suits and ties, just fanning away and didn't think twice about it.
Sure.
And you could do shows like Uncle Vanya or the Italian Straw Hat. Shows like, what is that?
We got to go to areas we know that not everybody gets to go to, and what a cool place.
I think the thing that fascinated me the most is that they get actors that have been on Broadway to make their way to the Lyceum and perform.
That's right. I'd always thought that maybe it was kind of like community theater.
Sure.
Turns out not so much. Holy cow, and what productions they put on now.
Amazing to see the knowledge of the Lyceum in the actors' circles. Like they're familiar with it, they know about it, they want to be there.
That's right.
Yeah, very cool. So check that out if you get the chance to make your way to Arrow Rock. Check out the food, check out the history, and check out the theatrical aspects of Arrow Rock. You'll be glad that you did.
It's a beautiful town. It's one that you definitely want to visit.
Another One Tank Tuesday coming soon with Erin and Dave in the morning on 94.3 Cat Country.